try and prioritise getting this race back streaming, mate, 'cause it's getting intense.
Nearly there. I think we're there. New stream should be going live, I think.
Oh my goodness me, Kai.
Oh my god. Inside line and Zozo trying to get the job done to the inside line. Hopefully we are coming back live. If not, let us know. Should be coming back live very soon. I'm just going to commentate like everything is happening right now. It's the ball that leads the way from Schumacher in second. Cameron Dowd's there in third. 2D in fourth. Kai Pearson, Zozo, Tim, Matthew Hall, Choco, Brandok's top 10. Then it's Lou, Quantum, Furious, and Stonks, the 14 drivers currently continuing on out on track. Apologies about everything that has just happened. I think we're back live. I think we are back okay. Lap 27 out of 36. All sorts have gone on since I've gone. Mass disconnections galore. Schumacher now to the inside line for the race lead. Gabor there in second. Cameron Dowd's there in third. He goes toward the inside line. Kai Pearson as well to the inside line on 2D trying to get the job done. But we are back live. Schumacher leads the way. Cameron Dowd's in second. Gabor there in third. Jossa, what on earth have we missed?
Oh, what on earth have we missed? All right, it's been an absolute chaotic scenes here as people have come in then off the hards and straight onto the medium tyres, and it's been a mixed bag as, of course, the undercut has been working an absolute treat as it stands so far. Cameron Dowd will be able to continue this championship fight with Kai Pearson down in fourth, but he is flying out there at the moment on these 5-lap-old medium tyres. He obviously matched Cameron Dowd into the pit lane, and then while this was all happening, him and Shizu Tom were in a battle, and Shizu Tom dropped it on the curb, put it in the wall, and was out of this race as a result, and that is a massive breaker here, because of course that car difference was the difference between Cameron Dowd taking this championship fight to Miami and Kai Pearson becoming champion. With him now gone, it's all about the battle with Gabba on 9-lap-old medium tyres and Schumacher on gradually aging hard tyres, and both of them in front have got penalties. So let's be candid here, Kai is in a really good position, but it's not all over. He stays in fourth.
Yeah, it is not all over indeed. Thank you for that rundown, by the way. Not even sure what happened. I was just commentating 1 minute and then the Wi-Fi went off the next. But Kai Pearson leads the way on the back of the ball now for fourth position. Running down the hill in towards turn 4. Cloud beginning to build over the circuit as well. Brandok's to the inside down there and Chuckle halfway down the straight. Job done for him. He's into 9. Kai Pearson though on the back of the ball trying to hunt him down. But Cameron Dowd 1.3 seconds clear. This is what Cameron Dowd does so well around this track. He absolutely lengthens away from Schumacher, lengthens away from Gabor and Kai Pearson, and now he's got a 1.6 second lead between himself, Schumacher and Gabor. He is still on the same compound of tyres as what Kai Pearson is, the same lap-old tyres as what Kai Pearson is, but at this moment in time, Cameron Dowd leads the way, and he's got a 13-point advantage coming his way in the championship as well. Cameron, though, leading the way. Schumacher second, Gabor in third, but it is getting noticeably cloudier out on track. Could we see a threat of rain before the end of the race?
Yeah, only a little bit of sunshine around turn 5 at the moment. Otherwise, it's starting to get pretty dark and gloomy out there. Gabba getting closer and closer. Is he going to go for the move on Schumacher? He certainly is down the inside line. Going into turn 3, cuts the door and shuts the door completely in Schumacher's face. He's now into third place, and what is going to be feel potentially like deja vu for Schumacher as he puts the DRS open. Is he going to get the overtake back done on Gabba? He certainly will. Kai Pearson not putting too much pressure on the two of them in front because he knows he just needs to overtake the pair of them, and it might be inevitable with how young these tyres are. He's going to go for it though down the inside line and puts himself into third. It's not a championship winning position, but one more place in front of him, and it certainly will be.
Yep, Cameron Dowd needs to outscore Kai Pearson by 10 points to remain within the championship fight. Kai Pearson, though, in there in third position, doing a good job right now. Schumacher there in second. This is all going to be now on whether or not Kai Pearson can get past Schumacher and get this right and get to try and hunt down Cameron Dowd. Cameron Dowd, I think, is gone. 3.1 seconds up the road. Kai Pearson's going to be very lucky, I think, to try and catch him up. If he's not making any mistakes, Cameron Dowd should be winning this race. The ball, though, on the back of Kai Pearson. Kai Pearson now on the back of Schumacher. If I was him, I'd overtake sooner rather than later. Outside line for Kai Pearson. To the outside line goes to the inside line goes Schumacher. Schumacher very hard on the brakes, tries to force the outside line.
Oh my goodness me!
Into them further down the field, and I think it's Matthew Hall and 2D, if I'm not mistaken, who got caught up in that. But here comes Gabor now to the inside line. Kai Pearson all of a sudden down in fourth, and Gabor now fighting with the Red Bull to the inside line, in towards turn number 4. Kai Pearson now back in the wash and back within no points in terms of the title contention. Just the inside line on the back of Schumacher, but it's very aggressive. Cameron Dowd has escaped up the road. 4.4 seconds to lead. Gabor second, Schumacher third, Kai Pearson there in fourth. This is absolutely aggressive racing here in Austria, and Tim and Matthew Wall are still not over and done with yet.
Yeah, Kai Pearson's trying to make a move on Schumacher at the moment, but Schumacher is really defending incredibly hard at the moment. I'm not entirely sure as to what he's trying to do at the moment, but with the hard tyres, he knows these tyres are going to start falling off a cliff, and he's trying to make the medium tyres fall faster than his hards at the moment, and I think that's why he's defending as hard as he can. He has every right to do so. Mistake from Gabba, going through turn 1, turn 2. Matthew Hall retires in the pit lane.
That's his race overdone.
Guy Pearson makes the double overtake on the pair of them, and he cuts to the inside, goes back to the racing line, and Kai Pearson now is in a championship winning position as Gabba, with grass on his tyres, decides to go for the overtake on Schumacher, who now relegates himself down to 4th with Gabba in 3rd, and Brando getting into the mix as well, but elects to stay back as Schumacher goes for the dive, going down the inside into turn 4, and Gabba now relegated to 4th, but to go side by side, Beecher on the curb ever so slightly, but very well held from the NVR man, as he then decides to break early and let Schumacher through. He's now up to 3rd, but Kai Pearson is now in the championship winning position that he desires.
He does indeed, and he's 4 tenths ahead of Schumacher. Schumacher's tyres, though, will be coming back to him before the end of the race. Whether or not Kai Pearson, though, can fight off the attentions of the guys behind is a different thing. He's 4 tenths clear now of Schumacher, but we know with Schumacher, we know with Gabor, Schumacher is not over and done with just yet. This is still going to be a very aggressive fight for second position right up until the final lap of this race. Cameron Downs leads the way, Kai in second, very slow out of the corner as Kai, and now Gabor gets a good run as a result. On the back now of Schumacher, running up the hill in towards turn number 4. Kai Pearson already darting to the inside line. Schumacher tries to look towards the inside. Can't, but he's contacted by Gabor. And Gabor there with Brandox into the back of him there as well. Not sure if there's damage potentially for the AlphaTauri in behind. But Cameron Dodge leads the way. Kai Pearson there in second. Schumacher there in third. Gabor there in fourth. Brandox in fifth. Zorzal there in sixth. And Tim now to the inside of Tudi. Right on the back of these guys. Breathe, everyone. Breathe. 5 laps to go.
Yeah, so Kai Pearson at the moment is actually losing a bucket load of time to Cameron Downs at the moment. I think he's decided to concede P1. He's not going to be on the cards here, but he knows P2 certainly is, and all he needs to do is just look after his tyres and look after the ERS, because he knows Schumacher is an incredibly aggressive driver who's willing to use up his ERS at any disposed opportunity. 20% more ERS separating the Williams and the AlphaTauri at the moment, but Schumacher, being that aggressive driver, will very happily make the overtake. Kai Pearson losing the rear ever so slightly going through turn 10 as he goes over the sausage curb, but he remains in P2. Will Schumacher look for the overtake going into turn 3, I wonder? Going around the end there, well taken from Schumacher. Kai Pearson slightly wide, but he will get the better exit though, actually, will the AlphaTauri. And here comes then Gabba. Will Gabba potentially look for it as well? 80% ERS. He's got more than Kai Pearson and Schumacher actually combined as it stands here, as they are going through the corner, and Gabba is actually just maintaining his battle here for P4 as Brando looking to get into the mix as well, and the other AlphaTauri in 5th.
Tudi threw in on Choco and he's into 7th as well. Tudi could be coming potentially into this race as well. He's there in 7th. 1.5 seconds off these guys in front. If he's got the tyres coming through the middle sector, he's going to be right there or thereabouts, I think, towards the end of the race, especially if they fight aggressively like they have been doing within this race. Cameron Dowds leads the way. Kai in second, Schumacher there in third. Bit of news coming through in the chat from Flopman saying he tried a 3 wide just before the last corner. I thought we were only 2 wide. That's why I think Flopman is out of the race. Not sure what happened with Tom. Potentially he was in that 3 wide moment as well. Certainly though, Masters connections going on. Maybe mass retirements going on out on track. But Cameron Dowds, what we can say for certain, at least, is 7.8 seconds clear and on his way to race victory here tonight. Even though it might be fortuitous, he's there out in front. But Kai Pearson now, Schumacher, has got to decide which side he's on. Is he a Cameron Dowds guy or is Gabor now a Kai Pearson guy? To the inside line, in towards turn number 4. Turn number 3 even at Remus. Trying to get the job done through turn number 3. Can't get the job done. Cameron Dowds still leads the way. Schumacher though is going to come storming now at Kai Pearson. Down in towards turn number 4. Inside line is his. To the inside line. He's very aggressive on the brakes. Kai Pearson now in a championship losing position. He's down back to 3rd. Schumacher into 2nd. Kai Pearson there in 3rd. 10 points Cameron Dowds has got to gain. 10 points is currently what he's getting.
As it currently stands so far, though, remember with the time penalties around him, actually Kai Pearson will still win this championship, but Brando is very happily just holding his own station here. He knows he's got P3 as it currently stands with all the penalties around him, but will he elect to try and put Kai Pearson under pressure and his teammate under pressure as well, to make notes, and that will end up really being the deciding factor here. Kai's fight is actually with his teammate, more or less. He doesn't really want to fight with the other two around because he knows that they're only going to lose position anyway. 1 lap to go. Kai Pearson's championship championship. He's got one hand certainly on the trophy, and he's certainly got the second pinky finger on the trophy here. Is he going to go for the move on Schumacher once again, going into the next corner? He wants to have it on merit, no doubt, as he certainly will. We're going 3 wide into the corner. He's later on the brakes, and the switchback is available for Schumacher, but he will not have the traction out of the corner. Kai will be in for second place as it stands. Overtake being used, and DRS available for Schumacher. Gabba goes to the outside line. He's getting squeezed off by his teammate, and another 3-second time penalty as a result with that little collision with Schumacher, who's now back up to P2. He may end up having the situation here with Kai Pearson, but he's going to elect surely not to go for it. Oh my goodness me, Brando certainly wanted to get to the mix. I did say this would be a thing here now. Is he going to put his teammates under pressure, I wonder? That will be the deciding factor, because the Kai Pearson battle is actually with Brando when you consider the penalty situation. They're still side by side going on to the final lap of this race as Kai Pearson then goes into P2. Schumacher in P3. Brando wants to get P3 on merit. Will he put his teammate under pressure though? Here we go.
Cameron Dowds has won. Who's going to get the podium finishers? That is going to be the question. Cameron Dowds leads onto the final lap of the race. 11.3 seconds of the gap. Kai Pearson in second, Schumacher there in third, Brandnock's there in fourth, and now Brandnock's has got the one, now on the back of the Williams, but that Williams is so quick in the straight line, up the hill in towards turn number 3, tries to get the job done in towards Remus, Brandnock's there back to the inside line, Zozo catches up with Gabor there on the back of Brandnock's, and now Kai Pearson, Thuney's into second. Is he in championship winning position here tonight? The man who is going to go clubbing after this race could be going clubbing with a bit more money in his pocket. Now to the inside line of turn number 4, Gabor goes on the back of Brandnock's. Zozo there and Tootie. Tootie's came from a different parish in this race as well. Now to the outside line goes the remaining. Around the outside on Zozo. Brilliant move. Right around the outside. Zozo cannot fight that one. Tootie's into 6th. Cameron Dowds, though, through the final corner to win here in Austria, but it's all going to be in vain because Kai Pearson at the minute, 3 stewards penalties, potentially. Kai Pearson through the final corner. Is he going to be your WOR Console T1 champion? Yes, he is. Kai Pearson to the line, second position, 7 points to the game for Cameron Dowds. Not enough. Kai Pearson is provisionally your WOR Console Tier 1 champion in Season 17. Cameron Dowds did his utmost. I mean, hell, he even beat him by 11.7 seconds out on track. But Kai Pearson, there in second. The Yorkshire man is certainly going to be going very, very happy tonight in terms of clubbing. He is going to be very happy, man. He's there in second. Fantastic effort from him. Tootie gets driver of the day. Oh, breathe, everyone, breathe.
Kai Pearson, you are the Season 17 Crossplay Tier 1 champion of the world. It's an absolutely amazing race from start to finish, and what an immaculate race from Cameron Dowds, to be fair. He managed that race effectively, but it just was not enough for that man in the Alpha Tauri, who is going to be taking a top step of the championship and will be taking, I'm sure, many glasses of champagne at the club tonight, or maybe a hooch, who knows. He's going to be absolutely flying high with that championship now under his belt. What a race for you to miss, Gareth.
Oh my god, Joe as well. I feel so sorry for you. I mean, he's probably going to be crying his sombers anyways when Leicester get beat tomorrow off whoever they're against, but you never know. But out on track, Cameron Dowds cannot take anything away from the Scotsman out on track. 11.7 seconds over Kai Pearson. He got very lucky in that race, I think, Cameron. He will definitely say that, I'm sure, in his interviews. Kai Pearson, though, in second, is your WOR Console Tier 1 champion provisionally. Nothing is being reported, it seems, in terms of the chat, in terms of any penalties. So we can definitely confirm that for now, at least. Brandnock's there in third. Tootie came from a different parish in that race to finish in fourth. Schumacher there in fifth. Drove very well, but very aggressively. Lou there in 6th, Zozo in 7th, Tim there in 8th, Choco from 20th on the grid up to 9th, then Gabor top 10, Quantum, Furious, Stonks, Matthew Hall top 14, and then it's Tom, Flopman, Joe Murphy, Thomas Covers, Keki and Gatkowski, all DNF into the race. Thomas Covers picked up the fastest lap of the race as well, the 1:05.3, but that is not good enough for his perspective, and he will not be picking up that extra point. My God, we can now physically, I think, breathe after that race. Apologies about what happened midway through that stream as well. I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi just turned itself off. Seemingly, it seems like other drivers might have had potential issues as well. But Kai Pearson out on top in terms of the championship. Cameron Dowds, though, let's take a focus on him. Jossa, coming into tonight's race, had that big 68-point margin, I think it was, to try and gain back. He gained some of that back, but in the end, 7 points not enough, and Kai Pearson is your champion with 2 races to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, you know what? It was a good effort from Cameron Dowds in this race. He managed the race really well, especially in that first stint. He didn't want to battle with Schumacher too hard, knowing he was going to be on that faster tyre. So he was considering the long-term aspects, wasn't he, of this particular race? But in the end, you know, it's going to be to no avail. He takes the win of the race, and I think a well-deserved one. But Kai has just been the more consistent driver throughout, and even after what looked like to be some pretty critical mistakes, he managed that so well, did Kai, and he becomes, as I said, the crossplay season 17 tier 1 champion of the world. And WOR will be tipping their hat over to what will be a fantastic performance from the Englishman himself. It's a great performance nonetheless, and certainly one I'm looking forward to next season when we are on the new game cycle, of course. And I think that will be one for watching. But we still have a couple of races to go, don't we, James? I've got that Miami and Brazil as well, I believe.
Miami, of course, which we had on Tuesday, and if it's anything to go by Tuesday, we might see a quadruple overtake down the straight on 4 or 5 cars like
Oh, lovely.
Mateo did down the straight. I saw that POV from his perspective as well. That was absolutely insane. Miami though in a week's time, and then it's Brazil in 2 weeks' time. Kai Pearson is desperately waiting for an interview. So what we're gonna do is interview our console T1 champion first, because I know he's got more important things to get on with in about 20 minutes' time. Let's have a look then. We are now joined, as I get to the interview screen, by our WR Console Tier 1 champion. It is Kai Pearson, and Kai, in the end, 10 points was the advantage for Cameron Dowds to try and get back within. He didn't manage that. It's 7 points provisionally. Congratulations on that championship win. You must be absolutely delighted, even though that race was pretty hectic.
Yeah, no, I'm massively delighted. I think it's a massive relief, to be fair, finishing P2 in the standings, season 15 and 16, and finally winning it this season. Feels really good. But what
Well,
didn't feel good was damage for like 12 laps. That was not fun.
is that why you were fighting aggressively with Schumacher as a result of that?
Yeah, so I had orange wing damage, got it on like lap 25, I think, and then main aim was to lead the train because I knew before I hit drop it was not that bad, like I was quicker, but when I hit the drop off, it just did not turn, so I tried getting the lead, because I knew I had more straight line speed as well with the damage. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly really impressive though, I think, to still manage that P2, even though we were having issues in the stream. We were having God knows how many issues in terms of trying to get it back going. But in the end, I think what ultimately won you that season, this championship this season, is that ultimate consistency, I think, that you had throughout the races, the amount of race wins, the amount of podiums that you had throughout the season. You've overall, I think, can say, probably this has been your most consistent season to date in WR Console.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pretty much every race I've won on track, apart from 2 out of 8, which is very good. I think it's just the race pace really. The qualifying's not been the best, but I've mainly just focused on race pace for this season, and it's come in handy.
It's come in very handy indeed, and you certainly needed that in that race there in Austria. Jota, any questions?
No, I mean, congratulations straight away from what has been, you know, an absolutely fantastic result, obviously, for yourself, and what has been a monumental amount of consistency. Of course, your fourth race, you know, 4 race victories in a row, and then obviously 4 races this season, sorry, where you took a race victory, and then going into Austria, you get this second place, and what is effectively, you know, a fantastic season from the get-go. So, you know, we've got Miami coming up, then we've got Brazil. So, you know, obviously you want to wrap them up with in good fashion. But I'm kind of interested to hear what you've got potentially going through into the next game cycle. Of course, rumors speculating we're going to have a little bit of a different way of being able to race and a different setup strategy and everything. So, how do you keep up this kind of consistency when we might be on quite a massively different platform for the next game?
Um, well, about the next 2 races, if I don't get reported and I keep my position, I won't be racing them because I don't want to drive console anymore. But for next game, I think what people really have to do to get really quick at a game is as soon as the game comes out, they need to like learn how to be quick, what's not quick. Um, Try and find setups quick because dynamic in that area. And then, yeah, I mean, playing it as much as you can helps a lot, like getting the hours on, and then, yeah, see where that takes you.
I mean, that's interesting advice to people that maybe want to get into the position that you're in, as of course the top driver in console racing in WOR, of course, for season 17. You know, moving forward. You mentioned you want to step away from console, you want to progress. I'm assuming therefore you want to move over to PC. That's your sort of long-term games, I imagine. But from a short-term game, sounds like it's going to be a pretty good night for you tonight. What's the first drink on the cards?
Probably a double vodka Red Bull, to be honest.
Double vodka Red Bull, really trying to power his way through from AlphaTauri to Red Bull with that particular promotion, but nonetheless, it's going to be an absolute blinder for you for tonight. So enjoy that one and enjoy the headache tomorrow, James.
Yeah, we'll let them go, enjoy that clubbing, and you might even see Gareth out in York as well. Enjoy your evening, go and enjoy your clubbing. Never thought I'd say that to anybody in my league racing career, I've got to be honest, but we're going to now bring the man who I'm sure is going to be drinking very responsibly here tonight, as opposed to our console Tier 1 champion. It is, of course, Cameron Dowd, and Cameron, in the end, P1 out on track, 11.7 seconds, made very easy, I've got to say, with Kai's damage in the end. Talk us through that race, because it was pretty hectic. That's if he's here. I hope he is.
I hope he's here. He's just absolute bewilderment, isn't he, at the moment? Is Cameron Dowd after taking that race victory by such a long way, but clearly he's not quite here at the moment, not quite ready. So fingers crossed we can get him in this one here. It looks like we may have to head over to the interview room to have a quick conversation with him. So we'll see if...
Oh,
hello.
There we go. Now
he's right there.
Yeah.
Now in here, I don't know what was going on there, the trials and tribulations that we've had tonight in terms of the stream, but Cameron Dowds, P1 out on track, 11.5 seconds win in the end, made easier, I think, with Kai's damage in the final 12 laps of the race. Talk us through it, and congratulations on that race win.
Yeah, qualifying was, I'm surprised it was P3, to be honest. It was a very scruffy lap. I was doing 0.0 bankers in practice, so a high 0.2 wasn't very good. But I've got to say, Tom he did 0 laps in practice and he stuck it on pole, so it's pretty respectable. It's quite impressive. But yeah, in the race, I had very good pace. I think I hindered myself a bit because I did not have a good start, and then I forgot his name, K something. He just, when I was trying to overtake, he was just using a lot of his barriers to keep me behind. So I wasn't really able to get up into P3 for quite a long time. But when I did, I was just able to stick to Tom and Kai. And then after that, I managed to get into first. And then I came into the pits in the lead. And then the tyres were just so much faster. And then because out of me, Tom and Kai, I was the lead car, I knew I had the ERS to be able to... I always wanted a car in between me and Kai, and then I managed to do that, and then it made it quite easy to get away afterwards. And then by the time Kai got into second, he was quite a long way behind just because of the battling he had to do, and he had damage as well, so I didn't know that at the time, but I figured it out pretty soon after because I knew I wouldn't be like a second a lap quicker than Kai. So yeah, it was a good race. I just chose my overtakes wisely and it worked, and then I had decent pace as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you had decent pace because I was actually bigging you up in terms of. Well, I didn't make a prediction tonight. I didn't say you were going to win this race. But I did say it was one of your stronger tracks, and I think you definitely proved that. To be honest, here tonight, even though that race win was far beyond your expectations, I think in terms of the actual gap, it was. I think really credit to you. You mentioned there Tom didn't do any laps in terms of practice. You did quite a few, getting at P3. It really set you up, though, for a really good race. And obviously, that second half of the race, where we were having issues, we saw Tom and Flopman have an incident, apparently. What on earth happened between them?
I don't know. I actually thought what happened was Tom went straight into the back of me and he got damaged, but that didn't seem to be the case. All I know was I just felt this massive shump from behind him, one red arrow. So I didn't really think Vlotman was a part of it. I just thought Tom outbroke himself, but we'll have to see. Tom didn't really say much. He just left the party. He was pretty unhappy, so I didn't really know what happened.
Yeah, I know there was a mention of a 3 wide moment potentially between between Flop and Tom and somebody else. I don't know who it was because we were busy trying to get the second part of the stream up after my disconnection. So there's obviously that. I'm sure we'll see from POV perspective on that. Jota, I'm going to come across to you. Any questions?
Yeah, no, I've got a few questions actually about that one because you obviously managed to get away from Schumacher, manage your own race from from that point onwards. I think you did the right thing by just sort of powering away in the hope that maybe the intermiddle battling meant that he was not going to be able to get P2 in the end. But nonetheless, Kai managed to take the victory. Moving forward, though, you're obviously going to be battling with the likes of Joe Murphy, who didn't finish tonight, so that gives you a bit of a gap on him for P2. You're going to try and get that runner-up spot. That a couple of races to go. What's the prospects for them? Do you think?
I'm pretty chill about it, to be honest. But I don't really as long as I'm in the top 5 of the championship, I'm alright, to be honest. If you can't win the championship, like I'm not gonna be delighted with second in the championship by any means. But I'd rather be first. So, I mean, I won't be disheartened if I don't get second in the championship. It's more about just taking the races individually and just trying to win them.
What's the plan for the next season of racing, next game cycle? I'm assuming you're going to be sticking with console. If you are, what's the plan moving forward? I mean, if you do get runner-up, surely it's going to be the win, isn't it?
Yep, I'm going to be on console next season.
Yes.
Hopefully next season I can maybe push for a championship. We'll see, because obviously, hopefully, because none of us have even driven the new game yet, unless you've driven the beta, and that was the wrong handling model. So we'll have to see. Hopefully the new game suits my driving style. I've not heard very much about the new game, so I don't really know if it does, but fingers crossed it does, and maybe win a few championships on the next game too, and like PSL and WR and that.
Obviously, some long-term plans in there for the PlayStation man himself, Cameron Dowd. A great race victory tonight. Commiserations on not being able to claim the title this time around, but I'm sure it is definitely going to be in your grasp at the next occasion. James?
Yeah, it definitely will be, and I look forward to seeing how he gets on Monday night as well. Cameron, go enjoy your evening.
James.
What?
I've got a race banned for Monday, mate.
Oh, I haven't obviously read the steward reports. That's news to me.
All right, so basically, I was on 9 points, and then Matteo reported me for crossing the pit lane, and you only need 10 for a race ban.
Oh, no way.
And that's even worse because Matteo's not even showing up this week either. So there goes the title fight going into the final round of the championship. Thank you very much. Oh
no, because I got a 5-second penalty and I finished 8th, so the gap's like 23 or 24 points now, so I can't win it.
So you can't. Oh my god! So basically, what we're gonna say on Monday is Matteo's won the championship. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah, well, he has won the championship.
Not necessarily. He might end up in a position where he ends up crashing out of the race, maybe, and that gap remains at a 23-24. And then all you have to do is just hope Matteo finishes last. I don't know.
Yeah, but the points is only 16 for a
16.
win, or 15.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course it is. Yes, of course it is. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good.
That is right. not good at all. Go and enjoy your evening, though, Cameron.
Yep, thank you. You too.
Oh, he's ruined my evening now. Now that I know that information, terrible.
That's sad, isn't it? That's sad, isn't it?
It is very sad. It is very sad. But as Cameron mentioned, Monday night PSGL. If you do want to go and watch that, you can do. I'm going to be on commentary there. But we have got more action to come here in WOR console tiers. Of course, Miami next week for Gareth and Joe to dive themselves into as well. Already a champion crown. I seem to get the really good gigs, by the way, in terms of crowning a champion in big tier events. Did in PSGL, did here now in WOR. So yeah, really nice. But Miami and Brazil, final 2 races of the championship. Miami, if that is anything to go by, Jota, it is going to be one hellish race. And hopefully we get to see some bloody good overtaking as well.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the quintuple overtake from the aforementioned Mateo, didn't we, as well, over in the Legacy division. Speaking of which, we've also got that event happening next on April 23rd. I believe we're in Australia for that one, where we've got a nice little sprint race. So I will be with you guys on that one alongside James Head. But obviously, I think you've got more James Head action throughout the rest of this weekend. But I will be with you guys, of course, on Tuesday night.
Yeah, unfortunately you do. My next commentary for WOR is going to be Tuesday night alongside you, so it's almost as if we're living together. I think at this point, in terms of in terms of our commentaries this week, certainly it has been the case. Yeah, it is Australia, as you mentioned, for Legacy Division on April 23rd. So what? In 4 days' time, we're going to be live in the world down under, where didgeridoos, everything is going to be coming into play. We might even see the old koala crossing the track potentially as well. But it is at Albert Park. It is the sprint race as well. Then it's the to be confirmed track. My probably penultimate mention of this being Portugal, going to be mentioned now on the WR streams. Britain round 14, and then Austria round number 15 of the Championship Legacy Division. And also, sandwiched between that is the PC side as well. They had their Austria race, of course, on Monday. All tiers run on Monday for PC, 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. UK time if you do want to watch that. Miami is going to be up next for round 9, and then it's Brazil, round number 10 of the championship. So juicy battles going on in terms of the title contention there as well. But that is it from us. You might not see us on the stream, but that is it from us here tonight. Really hope you did enjoy the stream. Apologies about my disconnect that happened on about lap 20. We were as quick as possible to try and get the stream back up and running on the second part. So thank you everyone that tuned in. If you did enjoy both streams, like, comment, subscribe, tick that notification bell, of course, if you're brand new to the channel. Myself and Jota are going to be seeing you next week on Tuesday for the Australian Grand Prix in Legacy Division. And also we're going to be seeing you, well, I hope I'm not seeing you next Friday because, yeah, it's WR Console Tier 1. Championship battle is already over and done with. Kai Pearson's probably not going to turn up to those final 2 races either. So Gareth and Joe, enjoy next Friday and enjoy the non-existent title fight that is going to be going on as well. But we're going to end it off here. Big thank you, of course, to our sponsors, Next Level Racing and Grid Finder. You'll be seeing adverts for them in due course. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, NWR Console Tier 1, goodbye.